Hey there everybody, this is Nick Gregan here with episode 7 of Snapshots, and this is titled, I'm a headshot photographer, not a therapist. A little bit about me guys before I start to go into the presentation. I'm a headshot photographer and I've written the only book in the world, as far as I'm aware, called the Headshot Bible, which will take you step by step through the process of getting a headshot, getting a perfect headshot. And it's well worth a read, really informative, and hopefully will help you get a better headshot. So, today we are talking about, I'm not a therapist, I'm a headshot photographer. And one of the things that comes up on a regular basis, in fact, all of the things I talk about in this Snapshots series are issues that come up on a regular basis for actors. And one of the things I'd like to say is that not every actor has issues to complain about, or turns up late, or complains about their headshot photographer. Just some people do, and it's just things to be aware of. So today we're talking about the fact that I'm a headshot photographer and not a therapist. Now, there are lots of things that happen or can happen during a headshot session. But one of the things that's really, really important is the start of the headshot session, because it starts and it sets the tone of the whole session. When an actor turns up late or turns up hot and sweaty and harassed, what it means is that several minutes, 5, 10, 15, depending on, I've had some clients spend a whole hour, half their session, trying to calm themselves down. But what it does, it sets the tone of the headshot session. And this is something that happens on a regular basis, as I mentioned. An actor will turn up, and the first thing they'll start doing is start complaining about their career, or giving me excuses as to why they can't get, or I've never had a good headshot in the past, or a reason why they don't get enough auditions or they're not getting enough work. And so what they do, they start complaining and bemoaning about their situation. Instead of doing something about it, they tend to come to the headshot photographer, and me in particular, and hope that I can do something about it for them. Well, I can't, because I'm a headshot photographer, not a therapist. And being a therapist is something that's a very serious and very specialist job. So giving people advice about their career, I'm not entitled to do that, because I don't know about acting careers. I know about headshots and how headshots affect an acting career, so I can give you advice about your headshots. I can also, as a friend or as a passerby, give you common sense advice, but I can't give you proper medical advice. And some people expect this from me. So one of the things to think about is this: don't burden your headshot photographer with all of your troubles and worries when you arrive at the studio. You may have had a hard time getting there. The traffic may have been heavy. The bus may have been late. Well, that's your issue. And as I spoke about in, I think it was Snapshots 3, it's you failing to prepare, not giving yourself enough time to get to the studio on time. So that's not the photographer's worry. It's your problem. You may have missed out on a big audition, or you may feel that you're just not getting the right kind of work or the right kind of opportunities via your agent. And so you start to unload and complain about the agent. If you are unhappy with your agent, do something about it. Change agents. A lot of actors feel that once they've got an agent, they can sit back and relax and take it nice and easy, because there's absolutely no need to do any work, because the agent will do all the work for them. And this doesn't always happen. And sometimes you can find that an agent will do a lot less work than you expect them to. I'm talking about setting the mood of your headshot session. I've talked about this in the past when you choosing the right headshot photographer, because it's really important that you do your advanced preparation and you chat to them on the telephone, make sure you like their style of work, blah blah blah. I've said this in another snapshot. The relationship between the actor in the headshot and the headshot photographer is a very close one. And I've said in the past that you really make sure that you are communicating properly, because if you're not communicating properly, then there's very little chance of you being able to express your emotions or express your personality and show your personality to feel comfortable. And if you walk into the studio unloading problems, first of all, you're already in a negative space. But secondly, you can put the headshot photographer in a negative space, in a space that makes them feel defensive and think, whoa, I wasn't expecting all this. How on earth am I going to get this person to calm down and focus on the job at hand, which is performing in front of the camera for the photographer? And also, how is the headshot photographer going to create a favourable dynamic or favourable atmosphere for you to feel comfortable enough to start expressing your personality? And if you come into the studio moaning and complaining about your job, about your relationship, which I've had people do, then the photographer is can easily lose track and become involved in your personal issues when they're not qualified to and shouldn't be doing that. They should be focused on your headshot session. So if you want to get the very, very best out of your headshot session, then the thing to do is be prepared, find the right headshot photographer, and make sure you arrive in the right frame of mind. One of the issues you need to think about is, how are you going to perform? How are you going to help the headshot photographer get the best out of you? As I've said before, it's a collaborative process, and I've talked about a thing called the headshot conversation. And the headshot conversation is about how you communicate with the headshot photographer, but ultimately how you communicate with the viewer of your photograph. And that person is ultimately the casting director, and how you deliver a headshot that has the wow factor that makes the casting director stand up and take notice of you and want to investigate you further, look at your CV, check out your experience, and if they all work, get you down to audition. And that's the job of your headshot. So it's really, really crucial, particularly at the start of your career, where you might not have a body of work, that you get a good headshot. I've talked about marginal gains in other issues of Snapshots and in my book, The Headshot Bible. I've talked about preparation, pre-shoot preparation. They all make a difference. So take your headshot session seriously. Remember, you are a professional actor, and so you should be acting and behaving in a professional way. And the thing to keep in mind is, if you want the very best out of your headshot photographer, give them as much help as you can. Headshot photographers, the most parts, are creative people. They wouldn't be taking photographs otherwise. And for the most part, I know certainly for me, I like helping people. I love the thrill for, first of all, capturing a fantastic headshot and then finding out that that headshot has helped the actor I photographed land a big role. It's an absolutely wonderful feeling. So sometimes us creative guys and women can be sensitive, and if we put pressure on us to deal with all sorts of ancillary problems that we're not qualified to deal with, then how on earth are we meant to get the best out of your headshot session? So I know this is a little bit rambly, this session, because I've just this second finished a headshot shoot, and I'm doing it from the studio and on the fly. So I hope you found it useful. Guys, please like the page, Nick Gregan Headshot Photographer on Facebook. And also, if you've got any questions, or if you have any comments, drop them in the comment section below. Or if you've got a subject you'd like me to talk about in the future, please drop me a message, DM me or message me, or drop it in the comments, and I'll happily tackle that. These snapshot sessions are all about trying to help actors out there get a better headshot, and a better headshot means more auditions. More auditions mean more chances of work. Anyway, that's it from me, Nick Gregan, a headshot photographer in London. Hope you like my page. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thanks for now, and cheery bye.